will not be trying. I don't know. I can't say that I won't try the Coke Oreo, but I don't think I will end up trying the Coke Oreo.
We got a bottle of it at home. It was handed off person by person. Everybody took a sip, and we all agreed it does taste like Oreos dipped in Coke, and none of us want to drink it.
That's what I was afraid of. Oh,
that doesn't even sound like a good combination.
Hi, everybody. It's Kindle Fire here on the Carnival Jubilee, and you're listening to the Carnival Cruising Podcastaways.
Here are your hosts, Thomas Kennedy, Trevor Shelby, Gary Manning, and Jennifer Roll. We talk cruises every day. Let the golden boys and girls take you away to a place of fun in the sun. Join us as we say, welcome to Carnival Cruising Podcastaways.
I'm on a cruise, guys. I'm on a cruise. Hey, guys, I'm on a cruise.
Hey.
I
really like that opening, by the way. So
yes. And that reminded me, your opening reminded me of something, because in that last clip, you're wearing a Broncos lanyard.
Yeah, that's where I graduated.
That's weak sauce.
The college.
So that's weak sauce. We are about to have Carnival Cruising Podcastaway lanyards.
Oh, that is weak sauce. Oh my goodness. That's fantastic. Where by chance would I get such a thing? Like how would I get that?
Well, once they are ordered and shipped to my house and I can make one and make sure it's going to look okay, then I will place them on ccp.cruisingswag.com.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That reminds me that today's sponsors are Cruising Swag and ducksoaps.com. We'll have more information on that coming soon.
Ducksoaps.com in his house.
Yes.
So I also want to say, me encanta Cozumel. I just want to say that real quick.
Okay. Well, whatever you said, that's great.
That video reminds me of every time. I just, you have me with my sombrero on in that spot, and it's just like, oh my gosh, that is so amazing.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is that's like one of the first videos on your YouTube channel. So, or it's one of the first that I clicked. I mean, I don't know.
Only video.
No, it's like, yeah, there we go. That'll work. So, but yeah, no. Well, for the last, I think we're right at about 3,000 weeks now. We have been doing this Am I a Snooty Snoot? And this week I thought I'd change it up a little bit.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. And so the first time ever, it's not changing it up that much. So this is not from the Reddit thread or anything like that. This is actually, from Facebook. This is a person asking a question.
Okay.
About what they can and can't do on a cruise. And we need to know if this person is being a snooty snoot or not. So is this person a snooty snoot? So here it goes.
All right.
If we have 3 babies and it's me and my husband, we wanted to book a cruise, but I don't want to spend $800 more just because we have 5 people. All our kids are under 3. Do they actually check rooms and stuff if we do 2 adults and 2 kids? If we...
That is a classic post. That is,
that's great. So I love that Madison had the cowboy.
Mr. Sam Elliott, we thank you so very much for coming in and doing those.
Yeah, that's our Timu Sam. So, okay, so
I thought we said it was a great value. I think it's great
value.
Timu is a little bit,
Keep it all American there.
Yeah, keep it all American. Oh gosh, that reminds me of something, but we'll talk about that later. So this person has 3 kids. They don't want to spend $800 more just because they have a 5th person.
Go MSC.
So do they check the rooms?
MSC, kids sale free.
So are they being a snooty snoot or not? We'll leave it. I'm going to leave this one up to the listeners. If you go to, we're going to have a Facebook poll and you can decide if this person is being a snooty snoot. My favorite reply to the thread, and this one I sent to you, Gary, was they're like, how to do it is to do it Scooby-Doo style with put 2 kids on their shoulders and then wrap them in a trench coat. So
I'll tell you, I really, that post almost made me want to join whatever. I'm pretty sure that came Entitlement of the Seas.
Nope.
And it almost made me want to join Entitlement of the Seas just so that I could read the comments on that one, because that was classic.
Now, I don't know if anybody from that group actually, back when I first joined Entitlement of the Seas, when Gary tagged me in it or whatever, way back when, it was actually a pretty good group. Here lately, it's been kind of hit or miss. I will be honest. It's not the best group in the world, but it's also, I feel like there's a lot of entitlement in the Entitlement of the Seas. So
that's just like it's, and I won't go any further on that. I'll leave that one alone. But yeah that's one reason why
when you're not in the group anymore.
Yeah,
summarily kicked out.
Oh, well, my name is Thomas Kennedy, and so if they are looking for me, that's where they need to go.
That's who gets banned.
Yeah.
Again, Thomas Kennedy.
Yes.
Is Tom in there too?
I don't know if he is or not.
Not for long. Yeah, that was. I was really hoping that was satire, because that's so bananas.
Yeah,
that is so bananas.
It's like I said in our post or in our text thread. I honestly feel that it was a person who has never cruised before, and they thought that growing on a cruise was very similar to checking into a hotel.
Yeah.
You send the one person to the desk and you check in 2 people, then you go over to the side door and you open the door and let 6 people come in all to go to that one room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Oh, that's funny.
Or how we used to do it back in the day. Go to the movie theater. Yeah. Go to the movie theater. One person buys a ticket. Everybody stands around back at the back door or whatever. You walk over, you open the door and let all your buddies in. So yeah, I don't know. Did y'all ever do that?
I didn't. I was actually the usher. One of my first full-time jobs. I was the usher that would be counting the people and be like, something's not adding up here.
Really? There was somebody who did that?
Yeah. So I was a projectionist / usher, basically. I had to go do the head counts. That was one of the first full-time jobs I ever had. I was a projectionist for quite a few years, and I moved up from doing 35 millimeter to whatever the heck it is for IMAX. I did it here locally. 1570 is what it is. And it I thought, man, this is going to be my career. And then everything went digital. And so the kid that just came out of high school could go in and hit play. And so my job went away.
Yeah, well, sorry.
Yeah, it happens. Technology.
Well, man, I'm telling you right now, guys, there has been a lot of stuff not going digital, but going wrong with Royal Caribbean.
Ooh, man.
Roy, I know we're Carnival Cruising Podcastaways, and we don't try to bash, because in a minute here, we're going to talk about another We're going to have another conversation, and I'm going to praise Royal. So we don't try to bash Royal at all. But it does kind of make me wonder what's going on with these new mega ships that they're having. Have y'all heard the news?
I I have not. You did not
Oh.
send this to us earlier in the week. Please tell
Okay.
me the news.
Well,
Loop us in.
I was hoping you had it because, well, but no, I tell you what happened was so that back in May or earlier in the summer, Icon of the Seas was out about doing its Sea Day thing.
Mhm.
And while it was out there, it lost power. So just here recently, last week, Utopia of the Seas was out on a sea day, going to Perfect Day at Coco Cay, just so that it can move from that day over and go back to Port Canaveral on one of their great weekend trips that they do. And while they were at sea, the ship lost power. It didn't lose propulsion. However,
power.
Yeah, it lost like power, like electrical power. So the whole entire AC grid went down in the ship, and the power grid went down in the ship.
Okay.
And so it made me think, because even the article, this was on a Cruise Hive article that I was reading, and the author of that article read or talked about that when referred to Icon of the Seas happening in the summertime. And if you don't know, September the 28th, which is just, well, it's going to be the day that this podcast comes out. I believe that's going to be a Saturday. It is no longer going to sail because they have some unplanned maintenance that they're going to be doing on Icon of the Seas. So they've canceled their September 28th sailing.
Oh,
kind of interesting. Wonder what's going on with that. Is it related to the power outage back in May? Or then also Royal, and this leads into something else that we're going to talk about here in just a minute.
Yeah.
But Royal banned power extension cords and the multi-plugs.
Okay.
Now, big old mega ship, 5,000-6,000 people on it. Bunch of plugs going in the wall with a whole bunch of devices connected to them. Did they not put their power grid in the ship big enough to handle all of those people?
That's a good question. That really is. In full transparency, we kind of talked about this a little bit beforehand. And when you first pitched it to me, I thought, that's a stretch. But really, it really isn't, because most of these rooms, I don't know the Urethra of the Seas or whatever it's called. So I don't know. It's but
any other U word. Look at Jen. Jen's on her phone. She's just like completely disconnected from us. But now she's like,
I don't claim any of this. I don't know these people. Urethra of the Seas. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I can't continue.
Nor should you.
But I don't know how many plugs they have in their room. But like with Carnival, I know it's like not a lot. So, but with the newer ships, they have done better with getting some, USB connectivity in, which I think is a huge step in the right direction, because everything needs those USB or the micro USB or USB-C or whatever they're called connection devices. And so I think Carnival's gone in the right step. So in that direction, I don't know if they did or not. I assume they did.
Right. Yeah. And here's the thing. So the question came to Royal because, they said no multi-plug outlets, no power strips, things like that. So somebody talked about, I have one in my bag, but I'm sure everybody's familiar with it. There is a regular 120 plug that has multiple USB connectors in it.
Yeah.
They said, is that still not acceptable? They said, no, you can bring that.
Okay.
So because here's why.
That
plug only takes a 120 plug, and it only draws about 5 to 7.5 amps if you're into electricity and you know how all this stuff works. So a regular, say this plug right here, this plug that I have for my laptop. It's a 120 plug or 110, depending on how you talk. But this thing draws like 20, almost, well, I shouldn't say 20, but about 12 and a half amps because of the size of this power supply. So if I took that, which is 12 amps, 10 amps, and I took a hair dryer, which is another 6, 7, 8 amps, and I took a cell phone charger, that's 5 amps, I have just overloaded a 30 amp breaker to where that breaker is going to be running hot.
Yeah.
With just those 3 devices. So that's one of the reasons why you can't bring a coffee pot. You can't bring an iron. You can't, it's not that the iron is going to fall over and cause a fire hazard. That's part of it. But an iron, a coffee pot, a microwave, all of those things draw so many amps. And we're getting too technical. I know, I'm sorry. But for those that I'm boring, I'll stop right here. But just know that they draw so many amps that it would overload the circuit, causing the wires to heat up. And that's what's going to cause the fire inside of the walls.
Yeah.
Or it's going to overload the circuit and then make the whole entire grid shut down, like what happened on Utopia or Icon.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. Well, it really does sound like that's probably the case. Hey, since they banned it, do you think that Carnival might do the same? That scares me. Wait a minute. I just found an article.
You just happened to find the article about Carnival?
Oh, this is crazy. Oh,
Are they going to follow suit with what Royal is doing?
Well, you know how you like iPhones like listen to what you're saying and then they just come up with stuff because they're like so well connected. So it says here that while cruise cabins may be cozy, they are also typically pretty tiny. And so when you're lacking plugs, what are you to do? Well, they go on and talking about how Royal Caribbean has made waves by going through and banning all these multi-plug outlets. But Carnival said, no, that's what it's right there in the article. You guys rate it yourself. So they said, no, we're not doing that. And so this is from John Hild. He goes, I just read where another cruise line has added multi-plugs and power strips to their prohibited items and wanted to know if Carnival is going to follow. 1 cabin, 2 people, multiple devices that need recharging are limited. Wall plugs and USB ports make for a cruise where you spend all your time swapping out charging cables. She continued. John confirmed that this is not something that Carnival guests will need to worry about anytime soon. Maybe next year. No, I'm kidding. But he said anytime soon.
Once those ships come out in 2027, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. They need to learn from others' mistakes. So.
Exactly. Like I say, this is all assumption, right? I mean, we don't know for sure. However, like I said, that the author of that Cruise Hive article that mentioned about the problem with the power, he kind of mentioned it, or she mentioned it in passing, and it got me to thinking about it. And I mean, I've always wondered, because with me knowing about what I know about the breakers and things like that, when you bring in because you joked about in one of our texts a long time ago when you were coming on FRGC1. Yeah. You had like the 40 different, like the power supply that had like 40 different plugs on it. The power strip. And I was like, that would throw a breaker for sure, Absolutely. But so that was what you gonna do when the grid goes down? That's the question.
Yeah, you don't want Carnival doing it because they make a whole scene with it and they name it like Poop Cruise and all that, and so we don't want that going on. So
going way back, man.
That's way back.
I just happened to be out of Mobile, huh? Why you want to bring up Mobile?
Yeah, that's why we probably shouldn't have a full-time port there. Not unless I move out that way. Then we should probably talk about it.
Okay. Yeah. We're not going to talk anything about Mobile right now.
Yeah. Well, we have
real quick. Let me back up, and just because we did not cover this, and I know our listeners are very upset because we went through the quick snooty snoot, with the person trying to sneak her 3 kids in. We didn't cover our results for last week. So let me, if you don't mind, if I hope hopefully you don't mind that I interrupt, but I do have those results here. And so last week we talked about Kelly, who was the partier and the college dropout, the 24-year-old.
Yeah.
Sarah was the 23-year-old. She was a studier and that type of thing. Dad is Sam Elliott, and he was a movie star. And so Kelly booked a cruise. No, I'm sorry. Sarah booked a cruise.
We're still confused on who booked the cruise.
And I'm even reading it right now on the damn post.
That's really funny.
But so Sarah booked a cruise. We asked in our post, who was the snooty snoot? Was it Kelly? Was it Sarah? Was it Dad? Or was it the non-existent mom in this whole entire thing? Wonderful co-host Jennifer Rao. Just kidding. Sorry. But Jen added a fantastic option. Trevor, as usual. And so we have had another tie.
What?
47% said that Kelly, the partier and the college dropout, was being a snooty snoot for being upset with her sister for booking a cruise. 5% did say that the dad was. That was interesting. And 47% said that Trevor, as usual. Sarah did not get a vote, but she still got 1% just to break, the monotony. So personally, I voted in this one, and I voted for Trevor. And Jennifer also voted for Trevor in this one. Or Jen. So we're going to put 48% to Trevor. So Trevor, you were the snooty snoot last week.
Oh man. It's crazy how I had nothing to do with this.
Well, I will say we have a Photoshop contest going. Well, not contest, but we have a Photoshop thing going on in our group as well this week. And, I revoked your snooty snoot status, just so you know. But we also had a talk last week about taking your passport off of the ship. 50% of our listeners said that they leave it in the safe.
Interesting.
30%. Steven Dakar, he put up he added a comment. It depends on the port. 30% got that one. 15. Somebody, Carnival Cruising Podcastaways added the word yes.
Let
and
me
it
explain.
So do you carry it off? So here's the question. Let me back up. Do you carry your passport off the ship in port while on a cruise, or do you leave it in your room in the safe? Carnival Cruising Podcastaways added yes. So obviously Carnival Cruising Podcastaways feels that they do both.
Yeah. So just let me explain, because it was me, because I wanted to vote twice on this. So I added it and realized I was on the Carnival Cruising Podcastaways page when I added it, and I was like, crap, that's not under Trevor. And I was like, I get to vote again. So, but what happened was there's not an answer that fits me, because I don't think about it. So there are times it's in my wallet. There are times I put it away. There wasn't really an answer that fit that, depends on the port. That doesn't work. It stays in the safe. That doesn't really work, because that's not true. And it's with me all the time. Not true. Sometimes I just leave that sucker like under the bed or something. I'm on vacation. I don't care half the time. So I don't know.
Well, here's the crazy thing, right? And one of our hosts are one of the people that are on this show that travel with a passport, and kind of got a little snootish about it always being with her. Sorry. Added a poll option that said wife. But it didn't receive any votes. So she just added it. It didn't even vote for herself. A true Megan, just in homage to Megan Shelby.
Yeah.
And then she breaks
exactly.
Now you're muted.
We don't know, Jen. we can't hear you.
And now she's unmuted. Now she's got service again, and see
Yeah.
she's not muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Were you messing with me?
No, and actually we
No.
weren't.
No.
Oh, how weird. Well, everything I said was incredibly funny. Sorry you missed it.
Dang it. The one time.
Hard.
The one time I was amusing and no one heard it.
Oh.
So 50% said it stays in the safe. So that's pretty interesting. 5% said it is with me at all times. So kind of definitely an interesting poll result there for me. And I guess I should have clicked on there, also made an option. I do not travel with the passport, because that would be, that would have been my option. But
Yeah. Well, not bad. But we got a lot of silliness going on in the group. I just saw Steven. Steven, you're a legend, by the way, with these
Lyles, yes.
Yeah, oh my god, dude. I just saw the bacon post. I don't know if you've seen that one yet.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you really threw me off. That goes back. He's listened to the show. He knows about the bacon story. So
That's right. Exactly. All the bacon.
So
So there are some great pictures. If you are a photoshopper, hey, this is a post. So this is going to be open for months, for years, forever.
Forever.
Just like
You go
another
back-
post that was a couple of months old that somebody commented on this week.
Yeah.
But we won't talk about that. So, but yeah, Steven,
We love the burrito.
And then did you see his faster to the fun?
No.
Oh, you need to look at his faster to the fun one where he just put in for the faster to the fun. That's even awesome. That's even more awesome. So,
Oh, that's funny.
yeah. So if you're not a member of our group, Carnival Cruising Podcastaways on Facebook, you need to join it so that you can go on and look at all these different photoshops that we've done of our illustrious leader, Thomas Kennedy.
There you go. Mr.
Gary,
Thomas
I just
Kennedy.
saw one of the ones you did and I can't breathe now.
Wait a minute. There's a new best one. Oh, I'm not okay. Oh my god.
What are y'all talking about?
Oh my god. Hey, I love that. Oh no, you did the guys with the couch. That is not okay. Oh, that's so funny. The kittens Megan likes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the red face and faster. I love it. Oh, that's too funny.
Really good stuff. So we have all kinds of action going on our page, but did you know John Heald also always has a lot of action going on in his page?
Wait, what did they say to John Heald? Don't make me come over there and fight you. I'll fight you.
I was a little early on that one.
I
Sorry.
don't even know why. This is just something that John posted. This wasn't even something.
Well, what did they say or what did John say to John Heald?
Well, we can go to. Well, we can go ahead and we'll cover that. I wasn't really planning on covering this one, but
no, cover what you were going to cover.
Well, I was going to talk about Celebration Key, but
yeah,
I think before we do that, we also want to talk about the person who griped out John because they had their plastic bottles taken.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure one of you have that pulled up since y'all are amazing and fantastic and you prepped for this just like I did.
Trying to think. Got it. Is it okay? There you go.
Me. Does Carnival not care about passengers who've recently had bariatric surgery? Do you care, John Heald? No, you do not. I am on the Paradise, and then gives their cabin number for some strange reason. Supplement daily with pre-made bottles of Premier protein shakes. Not a show sponsor just yet, but we're open. These were taken from me by a rude Carnival employee. Why am I a criminal and other passengers can bring on whatever they want that is illegal? Shaking my head. You need to make this right. One day you will for sure. See, I'm not gonna finish that. That's mean-spirited. But it was a body shaming comment.
How
which I
dare
will not
they.
stand for.
Well,
see, I need to Google that. I know John Googled it and he refused to reply to it. So I'm not sure what that is, but I'm going to have to Google it just to see because.
oh, VSG, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Very sexy guy. So, so that's I don't know. I'm guessing that's a wild one.
One day you're gonna need a very sexy guy, John Heald.
Yeah,
we all do
at one point. So, anyways, well, this is kind of a bizarre one because who gets has surgery and jumps on a cruise that's gonna need dietary restrictions? Because I know that stuff is pretty intensive.
It is. However, I will say that I went in and read the comments, and there's a lot of people even months later who still have to have those dietary shakes, and they just carry the boxes, the ones that are in the box, or they carry a protein powder with them.
Yeah.
And not the plastic bottles like this young lady or older lady or whatever lady it was. I'm pretty sure it was a lady because in John's replies, he said, "Oh, come on. Are you serious?"
As he said that?
Wow. He said, "Come on. Are you serious?" That was his actual reply.
There we go. Sorry.
Was Luther.
As I explained earlier to a lady currently. Oh no, that's the cookie thing. Never mind. I sincerely hope that you'll reconsider. Oh no, that's still the cookie thing. We did not continue the screenshots in our message that talked about John's reply to that. So disregard all of that. Just edit all that out there, Mr. Kennedy. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So I'm wondering if this is a case of someone just didn't do their research and didn't take into account there's certain things you can't bring, and you can't bring plastic bottles. So if you need your protein, bring a powder, bring it in the cartons.
Yeah. Let
me ask this though. Go ahead, Trevor. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Is the ship water not good enough for making these protein shakes? I mean, do you need special bottled water for that?
No, you don't. But these are pre-made protein shakes. Okay. So, but here's my other thing. Protein powder comes in a plastic tub. So how are you allowed to bring on plastic powder in a protein powder in a plastic tub, but not allowed to bring on protein shakes that come in plastic bottles?
Well, if I'm just to take a shot in the dark on this, you're probably taking it off the ship with you versus the plastic bottles that just become garbage on the ship.
Possibly, but yeah, I don't know. But John's reply is, "Thank you so much for writing. And of course, I understand your concerns. I feel your frustration. I know the crew are doing their very best for you, and I have asked my colleagues there to check in with you. The employee was, I'm sure, not rude. It was a port security staff member that would have taken those bottles from you. But I do know sometimes when someone says no and something is taken from you, it can appear that they're being rude. Anyway, as far as protein shakes are concerned, let me clarify the following. You can bring protein shakes in cartons or in powder form. You cannot bring them in bottles unless you get a medical exemption. So for more details, write to my colleagues at the email provided. And then he talked about where he asked Google about what a VSG was. So
that's a good point. And that I like how he took the high road there. That's a good point. When you have these kind of things going on, you need to let Carnival know before you go on the cruise, because they have staff that take care of these very things. So they make your transition getting on and off the ship and all those things a lot easier when they know you're coming with these things. So if you let them know you had plastic bottles that you needed to bring, they could have probably accommodated that beforehand. So that's, I feel like the poster is the snooty snoot in this case.
There's definitely a snooty snoot in this one. So I'm looking for it because I do know there was, I mean, if you go to the comments and you read through the comments are just full of people who, like this one, for instance, I took my protein shakes, no issues. I sailed 2 months after surgery. Mine were in bottles because I contacted the special needs department and asked. I received a medical exemption letter and off I went. People amaze me with the blame culture. Just because you didn't plan correctly, give me a break. The rules clearly state what is allowed. Next time, get a medical exemption later. And that was Beth Ludwig. That was her comment. And that received 519 likes. So somebody she really hit the nail on the head with that one. But there was several people in here that talked about they did the same thing. They got the medical exemption. One of the people even said they got a medical exemption because they were over their drink limit. And so with the medical exemption, they could bring more. That's something you want to really kind of, come out with on Facebook, on John's page. But hey, you can use the medical exemption to your advantage, it appears. But I mean, and there was this amazing person that her name is Teresa Hobbs Manning. And she has a comment on here. It says, read the website, people. It clearly states no bottles. If you're unsure about something before sailing, contact Carnival and they will help you. Your lack of planning is not John's fault. And the fact that people feel so comfortable personally attacking him about his weight is so disgusting.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That is a smart woman. So,
I agree.
There you go.
Very smart.
Yes. Well, we have a topic that we want to bring up today, and this is going to be our main topic, and it is all about these new announcements about Celebration Key and how it is they
not
make it
Coco
interesting.
K.
Huh?
Not Coco K.
Yeah, no, not that. So so they made some announcements, some things. I think maybe they're trying to get ahead of some things and just kind of put it out there like, hey, these are the expectations and this is what we're doing. And so, before we open this place up, this is what to expect. And I haven't read the entire list, but the thing that we have why are you it was a long list. There was a lot of reading involved.
In true Thomas Kennedy form.
Yes.
We scan cruise news for you.
We do. Let me pull it up here. Oh,
so
man,
I was
such a
was,
long.
was,
It's
was
such
I
a
really
wall
the
of text?
It's a very big wall of text. So I guess I literally am the only one who read the entire thing.
I didn't read it all.
Jen.
No, I didn't read it all. I've been at work.
This is this is like the
I skim.
Apple like agreement page.
Right.
Like, do you agree to these terms and conditions? And it's like you look at them all and be like, sure, I guess
Yeah.
I need to use my phone.
$99 for a chair. You got it. Whatever. I just
Whatever.
gotta get through this.
Oh, it's so funny. And this is a really good way. I think Carnival is just trying to like, hey, let's slip some things in there.
Exactly. I mean, and honest and truthfully, it was really crazy because, all right, I ain't gonna go there. But anyways, it's crazy to me because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 paragraphs to this post, right? And the 11th and 12th paragraph are the only ones that matter.
Yeah. So you want me to read those? Oh, okay.
No, I think you really should just do a brief synopsis of each paragraph. But
Each paragraph, that's a lot of paragraphs. Oh, God, we're gonna double this episode up. Oh, well.
in summary, Carnival has a lot of places to eat and drink on Celebration Key.
Mm-hmm.
They have restaurants, they have a food hall, they have food trucks, and they have.
Well, and what I'm assuming, since I didn't read this, I'm assuming it's all free.
Yes, that's what you would assume because Carnival, everybody assumes Carnival is trying to compete with Royal Caribbean
Mm-hmm.
and A Perfect Day at Coco Cay.
Yeah.
Because Coco Cay is rather Royal Caribbean's private island. It has huge water slides on it. Now, you have to pay to go on those water slides, but it has a lot of water slides. It also has a lot of different eateries on it. All of those eateries, I shouldn't say all because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure majority of those are free. And your drink package carries over onto Coco Cay. So if you have the Royal Caribbean drink package, which is always unlimited, doesn't limit you to just 15 drinks, it also goes on to Coco Cay. So you show them your what they call a sail and sign card in Royal Caribbean. I'm not sure what it's called because I haven't sailed Royal Caribbean in 22 years. But when you show them that card, you have the drink package. You can get unlimited beverages while you're there in Coco Cay.
Well, and just to set this up a little bit, so at Coco Cay, there is 2 different grills that you can go to that are free. They are included in the cruise fare. They have snack shacks that are available that you can go to and get some snacks. They have the Coco Beach Club, and it has pastries and coffee that's available. And they also have Captain Jack's, which is a restaurant, and it's all free. So that's those are the options that are there. I don't know how many more options there are that has food, but they have a variety of things where you can get snacks and food and things to do. So I'm assuming. So let's hear about all the free options that Carnival has.
So Celebration Key is the guest will enjoy an Island Eats offering.
Ooh.
Where each guest utilizing their sail and sign card can enjoy one complimentary Island Eats meal at a casual dining outlet, snack shack, or food truck across the destination. Or you can instead choose to receive 25% off an entree at the full service restaurants, excluding Pearl Cove Beach Club restaurant.
Ooh.
Now, what is Pearl Cove, you may ask?
I'm asking.
Yeah, me too.
Pearl Cove Beach Club Restaurant Bar and Swim Up Bar is an exclusive retreat for guests 18 years and older. It features a full-service restaurant with an elevated menu, bar, and lounge. The infinity pool overlooking the beach includes a swim-up bar. Access to the club includes 3 options for purchase. You can purchase club access plus a welcome drink, club access plus an open bar, giving you a maximum of 10 drinks, or the all-inclusive club access with an open bar, maximum of 10 drinks, and lunch from the Pearl Cove restaurant.
What are these options running you?
Yes, that is a very good question. It's not free. I can promise you that.
I thought you were just giving me a Trevor. Yes.
Absolutely.
No. In the comments on this post, someone who has already booked a cruise to Celebration Key. I have not personally booked a cruise to Celebration Key yet, because if you listen to this podcast, you know I am not a fan of private islands. I could care less about private islands. Amber Cove, meh. Princess Cay, meh. Or Princess Key, meh. I'm not a beach person. I don't want to just sit and relax, right? Okay. But anyways, moving on. So someone in this comment thread had posted that they have already booked a cruise to Celebration Key.
Yeah.
To do the Pearl Cove Beach Club restaurant. The first one, remember there was 3 options.
Yeah.
The first option, which is basically just a chair and a welcome drink, is $99.
Okay.
To do the chair and the maximum of 10 drinks, $198. Now, that's what they put in the comments. I'm not sure that that's the exact ones, because they could have been mistaken, and it could be 99 for the 10 drinks and the chair, and then 198 for the 10 drinks and the food. I don't know. However, this is the word on the street.
You said it's $199 for 10 drinks. Is that what you said?
198, 199, yes, for the 10 drinks and the chair.
Oh, okay. So if you did plan on going and getting drunk, you're looking at, however much for the chair, what you would consider that. And then you're looking at,
$9 a drink.
Yeah, like however many dollars per drink. Now, I will say in the 18 and up area, boy, that chair might be worth it. So I'm going to tell you right now.
It's still though 18. It's 18 and older though. That's the thing. And then see, now you bring up a great point. You bring up the point of, okay, Serenity Deck ish, right? How many Serenity Decks have kids running around in them because the rules are not enforced?
None.
Certainly never my kid.
Exactly.
Oh, it's really funny.
I mean, I'm sorry to play devil's advocate. I'm sorry to I'm not trying to bash Carnival at all, but I really do honestly feel Carnival missed the boat. Our great friends over at Have Luggage Will Travel, Josh and Amanda, they just celebrated their 100th live. It was a great night, Monday night with them, but they were saying that they were hoping, and they were kind of quote unquote thinking, that the drink package would cover and move over to the island and everything would be free.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the case. It's not. I mean, this article right here from whoever posted it, that's on John's page, it specifically says you're not going to, and I'm telling you here, and you read the comments, there's a few people, and it's kind of odd to me as well, because when you click on the comments, you see in the very beginning, everybody talks about, everyone is talking about I'm just so glad that we're going to have an opportunity to go to this private island. This looks great. I don't care about drinking and eating. One meal sounds great to me. And that's like literally the first 20 or 30 comments.
Uh-huh.
And everybody keeps dogging all of these people who are talking about how everything needs to be free and everything needs to be included with the, your drink package should fall over onto the ship.
So it's like having a little second drink package. So does that mean that day you have
Exactly.
your drink package, you've got 25 drinks?
Exactly. That's the other thing that I thought. I mean, which of course they can't control whenever Trevor goes to Three Amigos in Cozumel and has 15 drinks, then comes to the ship and has another 15 drinks. So it's not really that. But
There's
you
not
are.
much
You're,
in control when that happens.
yeah. And so, and Trevor, I'm telling you, you need to stop that. All right, Thomas, make sure you let Trevor know.
No.
But here's the thing. I mean, it's just honestly kind of disturbing to me that Carnival always seems to want to nickel and dime everything. Yes, their cruise fares are so low. Yes, you can get on the ship and you can cruise for, $100, $125, $150 a night. But when you start adding all of the other things that other cruise lines already include, you end up being more than what that other cruise line is going to charge you.
Yeah. Well, my thing is okay. So with Half Moon Cay or Key, or whatever you want to call it. Okay,
Yeah,
so
right.
With Half Moon, so when you go, they take everything down on paper because they're not scanning anything, and that's how Max almost ended up with a drink, which was a hilarious moment for us because Max was like, "I want what they're having." And the guy was like, "All right," and Max looked at me, and I go, I was like, "Whatever, I'm gonna let this ride." And totally, the dude like goes, "Wait, how old are you?" And Max looks like they're like 12 already, and so Max told them I think they were at like 18 at the time or 17, no, 18, and the dude was like, "You're trying to get me in trouble." It was great, but they have free food on that island.
They do.
And
it's unlimited free food.
And from what I can tell, like now, because they don't check you when you go through anything. So my favorite thing to get on there is the burgers. And they actually have like pretty darn decent burger. I can't remember if, and Jen, you've been, right?
Yeah.
So I think they're like cooked on a charcoal grill, I think, because
they might be. They were pretty good. That's what I had.
They taste like it's like a charcoal like grilled burger. And I remember thinking I was wasted, and I was like, "These are better than guys." And
how are you wasted? You just kept buying drinks while you were on the island?
I go wild on that island. So
and I will say the best thing about Half Moon Cay, right, or Half Moon Cay, whichever way you want to so say it, is that buffet. The buffet was, it was unlimited. It was free. You could just keep going through time and time again. Their jerk chicken. Now it wasn't the best food. It wasn't even comparable, in my opinion, to Lido buffet. However, it was something to fill a hole and make a turd, So
what an awful way to put. Okay.
Another great phrase from a friend of mine.
Yes.
I really liked the buffet. I didn't care for the bar.
Yeah.
I didn't even do
it's a
the bar,
so I made it work. But
yeah, I never went to the bar there. I always got bar service out at the beach, and I flashed my card around, and
obviously
it glints in the sun, which is right. You gotta like you catch the sun ray, and you gotta like get in the guy's eye. And while he's walking, and then he trips, and he's like, "Oh," and then he gives me a drink. And so but no, seriously, I've always gotten that. And when they figure out you're going to buy drinks on the beach, they don't leave you alone. And so they will be back every 10, 15 minutes. Hey, you need some more? I just got a bucket of beers, dude. Like,
right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've drank 2. I still have 4 left. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
No, I
give
get
me
it.
a moment. But yeah, no, that's the only time I get close to limiting out. So, because I go through several buckets. So
here's my question. Is with this new news, does this make Celebration Key an avoidance stop, or not necessarily? Even avoidance, or I don't really care one way or the other, or I have to go because I love private islands so much and I want to see this and I want to partake in it.
I'm going to give it its due. So like, I'm going to wait and see. Cause like I said, I like in our text messages, if these restaurants are locally owned, like the food trucks and whatnot, if this is all like local food and good stuff, I'm all about it. I will pay full price for, supporting local businesses and locals there. And especially if Carnival is making sure they're getting a big cut there. So I don't know. Now, is it if their food trucks are like street eats and they, it's food trucks, then have you on the Excel class ships? That's what they got. It's street eats, and they change them out like halfway through or this or that, and it's supposed to be like a food truck experience. It's just a micro restaurant is what it is.
Exactly.
And so, if that's what we're gonna get, then I don't know, man. I like looking at a food truck and go, man, there's some questionable sanitation going on in here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to eat this food. So
I agree 100%.
So
all right.
I think it depends on what we get.
So summarizing, and this is something that we skipped that probably should have been read, but I want to come back and circle around to it. More than 30 food and beverage outlets for Celebration Key when it opens in 2025. Offerings include 4 full-service restaurants, which are 25% off. They're not included in the Island Eats. A food hall, 9 food trucks, 5 snack shacks, and 2 service kiosks. It also has 12 bars. So the specialties are going to be Bahamian specialties from beachside favorites, seafood, barbecue, and a number of other cuisines. Some of the outlets will include complimentary lunch, like we talked about with the Island Eats. They're going to be serving fried conch, burgers, seafood, tacos, steaks, sandwiches, fried fish, and the list goes on. Frozen drinks, cocktails, all with that Bahamian flair.
Yeah. I think that alone is going to make it a destination, because a lot of people are foodies and people are going to flock to that.
I mean, I'm a foodie. I love eating, food. I mean, you can look at me and tell.
But think of it as like a specialty restaurant in a way. You're getting your free lunch, but if you want the fantastic stuff, you're going to have to pay a little bit. I think they're going to win out. I really do. I think this is my opinion. So,
okay, July 2025. I know that I remember reading or having in Josh and Amanda's chat a couple nights ago or a couple weeks ago. Somebody actually posted in there that they booked the first cruise to Celebration Key because they want to be one of those people. I'm going to have to try to remember. I'll reach out to Josh and Amanda and see who that was, but if they can remember. But for me personally, if it's a cruise and Celebration Key is on the itinerary, they better have some really good ports other than Celebration Key for me to choose it. That's just me.
I'm gonna just say I'm not gonna knock it too much until I try it. So I'm not gonna write it off before it's even a thing.
Justifiable. Jen?
I mean, I'd be down. I'll be curious to see what the reviews are once it opens, what the feedback is. I think that, Gary, you're right to call out these. I think people are going to be unhappy, particularly with the drink package not carrying over. But you know what? Maybe it's going to be so stinking fantastic, people forget all about it. We'll find out in July.
This is true.
Well, in December, we're going to Freeport, aren't we?
We are, yes.
So, we could reach out to Carnival and ask if we could maybe get a special look at what they've done so far. And so,
if you can make that happen, Captain,
hashtag CCP
to Celebration Key.
That's hilarious. I don't know. I'll reach out. I've got about one contact at Carnival that I can reach out to. I've technically got two, but she stopped responding.
Speaking of, thank you to the listener who posted that they were going to be on the Venezia shortly and wanted to reach out and interview Lee for us.
Yes.
However, it has to be one of us. So sorry about that.
Yeah. There's just little nuances to it. You got to get approval. You got to have a few days ahead of time to reach out to Carnival. They actually have legal read over your questions before you actually get to ask it to a cruise director. No joke. And they will get back to you promptly. But then you got to find the cruise director, ask them if it's okay. And there's just a lot of stuff. You're enjoying your cruise. We really appreciate what you were trying to do, but there's just so much to it. And then you got to figure out microphones and all that stuff. It's a mess. So, but, oh, well, anyways, did you notice my shirt I was wearing today?
I did.
I got that over at Cruising Swag, ccp.cruisingswag.com. They have all the Carnival Cruising Podcastaways swag and shirts and everything else. I hear a rumor they're going to have lanyards soon.
And door hangers.
Yeah, and door hangers.
Yeah. If you're a door hanger person, we have a door hanger design with a cult member shirt or design on it. It's a door hanger, and we can have it customized with your name on the bottom. So
so if you need to hang your doors, that's where we go with that. So
you might have had one too many of these and couldn't find your door.
Yeah, there you go.
It'll help you.
You want to announce your cult member status on your door.
That's it.
Absolutely. And so I think right now there is a very good special that's going on, not just with Cruising Swag, but over at ducksoaps.com as well. If you go in and you put in the coupon code loyal listener, so if you put that coupon code in, you will give us an extra $1 to when you make.
On my site is 5%, so it's
5%.
A little bit more than $1.
Yeah,
but I know the soaps on ducksoaps.com are a little bit less expensive, so that extra $1 would help over there. But
yeah, so absolutely. So if you want to pay more for your stuff, that's how we do coupons around here, folks. So, and actually, if you join our Facebook group over at facebook.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways, you might actually see a Cruising Swag or a ducksoaps.com coupon over there that might be a little bit better than loyal listener. But I'm telling you, that loyal listener one, I'm just saying, you want to support a podcast in a unique way, why don't you do a reverse coupon?
I agree.
Anyways, Well, I've got a couple of speak pipes. A couple
Holy
of three, actually.
slappers! I forgot, man. We're guys.
We're
if you're
way
still listening,
over.
if you're listening and you're still in this, you are the champion.
Yeah,
Bruce and
I'm
Megan.
just gonna edit out all your naysaying, and I'm
The way
and then we'll
those
be done.
critical comments are edited out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take all them out, and we'll be down to 30 minutes. So
I'm sorry, man.
I'm kidding.
There's just too much other stuff that's happening with other cruise lines. I mean, but anyways, cut all that.
Well,
let's play the speak pipes, buddy.
So this first I haven't listened to any of these. I've been seriously.
Holy cow, we're blinded. Oh my god.
So we're flying blind, guys. So here we go. This is the first one. I only have a hint of what it is because it's got a name on it, but I'm not going to say it. Here we go.
Hola, mis amigos y mi amiga Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer, welcome to the show. This is your favorite breakfast burrito from the Blue Iguana Cantina. Aboard the Carnival cruise ships, I know that it has been a long time since I had left a message, a speak pipe for you to hear. But now I heard of Thomas and him not feeling well, and I had to call in and tell him to get better soon. When I heard the news, it just broke my tortilla heart. So, Thomas, we hope you feel better soon, and you're able to come aboard the Carnival cruise ships and try another breakfast burrito. And just to see how really, 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 really wonderful we are. Adios.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. Wow.
Oh, thank you, breakfast burrito. The tortilla. And Tom, we wish you best, man. We don't.
Yes, absolutely, man.
We had a talk before the show, and we're hoping that, but yeah.
Well, here we go. So this next one, and I've got nothing to say about the breakfast burrito. That's just amazing. All right, here we go.
Hello, Golden Boys. This is Catherine catching up on the latest episodes, listening to Debarkation Secrets. I thought it was hilarious how Gary was tiptoeing around the fact of Girls Gone Wild. And Trevor coming in with the same. That was fantastic. I really believe that was the catalyst to bring about that wonderful excerpt that it should be on a sound bite or something like that of Trevor saying that he calls Coke soda pop, and Gary's just like, well, that's just ignorant. I gasp, I tell you. I gasp. And on the topic of the content creator, I think that is an unrealistic expectation of privacy when you are on a public vessel. So I'm with the content creator. Keep doing what y'all do. I love it. Hoping to be on the Carnival Dream by this weekend. Keep doing everything.
Awesome.
Love listening to y'all. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Have fun, Catherine.
Yes, Catherine. Happy cruising on the Dream.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I love the Dream.
Never been.
It's such a nice ship. And I used to love the Breeze so much more.
Mm-hmm.
And I got married on the Breeze and everything else. The Breeze is trash now. So I'm just telling you right now. Has nothing to do with being married on it. Honestly, it's just that I don't know. I've had great experiences there. So this last one is they did not leave a name.
Oh boy.
Promising.
Yeah, I know. So
Dream and Breeze are the same class. They're both Dream class with the Magic.
Yes.
So I have not done any of those.
Yeah.
Valor. Oh man, the Valor is the same Glory is in the Conquest class, the same as Glory. Okay.
Yeah. That's part of my love for the Magic came from being on those ships as well, because they're all the same class. So
yeah, I got it. I was hoping that our guys cruise, we haven't even addressed that this episode. We'll just cancel that. But I was hoping that the Valor was in that Dream class, like kind of comparable to the Dream, Breeze, and Magic, but it's not. It's the Glory. I've already sailed the Glory, and I've sailed the Liberty or the Freedom, one of those two. But anyways, moving on. Who left us our last speak pipe?
The last speak pipe. Here we go. Drum roll.
What's going on, CCP family? Yep, you guessed it, the anonymous listener again. Jen, I'm so glad to see that you came back from the dark side. I thought we lost you. Tom, buddy, I hope you're doing well, and just wanted you to know that we are thinking of you and hope everything goes well. Oh, and Gary, I just wanted you to know I only have 3 days till I will have a breakfast burrito in my hand. Yeah, eat that. And Trevor, remember, you are unique, special, and loved. Catch you guys next time.
And
Very nice.
And you're wearing that shirt tonight.
I know. It's very convenient.
I think you listened. I think you listened to this.
I honestly did not listen to it. Did not listen to it. This is, throwing shade at me. The first, Jen, you don't even know the first time you sent a speak pipe, they're like, "That's AI. That's AI." Nonstop.
we had a week's worth of debate through text messages,
Oh
including the wives and everything. It was just we were
yeah,
That's
it was
funny.
nonstop. So I felt justified when you were a real person. So there you go. Vindication.
Happy to.
Well,
if you ghosted us, that would have been horrible for me.
Well, anonymous listener, weird flex, but okay, fam.
Yeah, there you go. But I absolutely have fun on your cruise and take a look around. Catherine might be there getting a breakfast burrito with you. You never know.
Dude, for real. Hold
For
up
real.
a second.
Wait, we need to think about that.
Holy schlappers.
Anonymous listener, what ship are you sailing on?
Yeah, is it the Dream? Because that might be where it's at. So
hold up.
Like
That's
a
really funny.
listener mini meetup. on the
Yeah.
train.
Oh, they could listen to the show together on the ship
and hear both of their speak pipes at the same
Wow.
time.
Man.
Wow,
If
what an
only it wasn't
experience
at the
that
end
would
of the
be.
show that we bring this up. They could re-listen to the episode. So there you go.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Well, if you would like to be featured on the show, just go to speakpipe.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. That's harder to say than you think it is. And that you can leave us a voicemail there. You can do it on your phone. It's very cool. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on your computer. You can do it on a rotary phone, I think. And there are ways to do that, I'm sure.
What can you do on a rotary phone?
You can call our speak pipe. And you can call it speakpipe.com/Carnival. You gotta circle it all the way around. So that's for the World Wide Web. Anyways, go to our Facebook page. Make sure you join the page and the group. That's how you go up in levels. And
Order ducksoaps.com.
Yes. And
okay.
go
Well,
there.
I just spoke to the anonymous listener. He's on the Jubilee.
Boo.
Yeah.
But they're same port or same home port.
I don't think so.
Jubilee isn't in Galveston?
Yes, Jubilee is in Galveston, but I think that the other one,
the Dream,
is not in Galveston right now. I thought the Breathe was in Galveston.
They both were at one point. I don't know. It's been a minute. Anyways, we're not looking that up. Anyways, stop, Gary. Stop. We can see what you're doing. Stop it. Stop. Anyways, just know that you are unique, you're special, and you are loved.
84 days, and I will have a breakfast burrito in these hands. Well, 85, but who's counting?
You.
100 days until I go on a non-Carnival cruise, but wearing my Carnival Podcastaways t-shirt.
That you got from?
That I got from cruisingswag.com.
There you go.
ccp.cruisingswag.com.
And just remember, anything you do on YouTube is on a cruise ship. And
that's exactly how that works.
Yes. and save the foosball tables. Bye-bye.
Get you some. Adios.
Get better, Thomas.